target market and positioning strategy for Majestic Guitars. This is Scotty Blackburn. I'll be going. So first off, I want to start with a little bit of information about Majestic, focusing on some of their strengths. Majestic has been a leader in the guitar industry since the 1960s. Its revenues have peaked at $600 million, which means they've achieved great success. And why we're here today is because Majestic is starting a new line called Majestic Lite. These guitars will be a lower price point than their typical guitars, which currently their typical guitars are for serious professionals, and most of them are priced above the $5,000 range. But this new line will be priced in the $700 to $4,000 range, which will allow a whole new market of individuals looking to play a Majestic guitar. This few pages will go into some detail about the specific plan for the marketing strategy for Majestic Lite. We will be using a target segment marketing, which will look at specific segments within the market to market this new line to. So we'll get into some details about what those groups of people, what their characteristics are, and why we're marketing to those people. But the top line reasoning is in the music industry, people who play guitars want their instruments to have a certain sound. So first thing we'll have to do with Majestic Lite is to develop the product line and instruments tailored to those markets that we are targeting and tailored to that sound that they're looking for. So the music industry has clearly defined segments already that each have their individual own unique sound. So they're called genres. So the biggest of the genres, the top four are rock, R&B, country, and pop. So each has a unique sound, a unique feel. Some of them use acoustic, some of them use electric. So the whole idea is that with this marketing plan is to look at those specific markets that we're wanting to tap into and develop a product and a whole marketing plan for those individuals to help them know about our guitars and to help them choose Majestic Lite for their next guitar. So, and also one of the big reasons that that this plan is built around, it's built around the strength of Majestic. Majestic has great brand recognition. Leading professionals are already using Majestic products, and we're going to try to leverage that brand recognition and the professionals already using the product to help this new line of guitars be successful. So first off, before we get into some of the specifics of the people we will be targeting, is talk about the environment currently. So Majestic has had great success. It goes back to the 1960s. And like we talked about before, they've achieved as much as $600 million in revenue, which is great. But those sales have started to erode. Some of those reasons is because Majestic has competition. China and Mexico, companies from China and Mexico are producing guitars at lower prices than Majestic is currently selling. And those guitars do have a good sound. Thirdly, the growth phase that Majestic is in a mature phase, so it's kind of peaked, and so in order for them to really continue to grow and develop their business, they're going to have to enter into a new market and appeal to a different price point, a different group of people, in order to help their sales continue to grow into the future. So this new Majestic Lite line will help do that and address some of those market environment issues that have developed over the past couple of years. So first off, I want to specifically focus on the segments that we're going to be focusing on. And so the segments really have, there's two parts of these segments. First off, we want to focus on the specific genres of music. And we're going to focus on the top four, which would be rock, R&B, country, and pop. And so we're going to be looking at those specific genres of music and developing plans and also products that specifically meet the needs of those individuals. So because the sound of a rock musician is looking for may be very different from an R&B artist or even a country artist, and we want to make sure that the product that we are selling them is focused to their needs and the sound they want to come from the guitar. Secondly, we also want to look at the pricing of the product and allow people who have very little experience or just starting playing a guitar, or people who have been playing for some time, to be able to access, be able to afford the guitars, and be able to play a Majestic. So we're also going to be looking at the experience and kind of tailor some of the products and the pricing to both novice and also experienced musicians, so that we can really increase the business for Majestic Light. So these segments will allow Majestic to really focus in and hone in on the products and advertising to the needs of these specific musicians, and really with the focus of creating an experience. It's going to be, and we'll get to this later in the presentation, but we want this brand recognition, the fact that Majestics have been played by some of the best musicians, for even new musicians to be able to experience that when they play a Majestic. So 4 main profiles that we're going to look at focusing on, and they have to do with those 4 main genres and specific age groups, and really kind of looking at where the most people are, how we can get people to adopt this new product line, and become Majestic customers for life is really what we're looking for. So the first profile would be a young pop novice. So this group would include teenagers, maybe even some young 20-somethings who are new to playing the guitar. They're really a novice. It would be an entry-level type guitar, so it would be on the lower price point for the Majestic Light line. The sound and the advertising would be focused around musicians like Taylor Swift, and really would be geared towards that sound and that type of music. So that's the first profile that we're looking at. These are people with a lot of disposable income. They're young, and they are interested in learning more about music, and about also the people that they are trying to emulate as far as musicians. So they want their guitar to look like the guitars that their heroes are playing. Secondly, the young adult country experience. So this would be a 20-something, maybe early 30-something person, a young adult who knows how to play the guitar but wants to upgrade to a better guitar. So this would not be the entry level. This would be more towards the mid-range of pricing. They want a good sounding, quality guitar, and they want something that is quality, that sounds great, and that helps them look like and perform like a professional musician. So the sound and advertising would focus around musicians like Sam Hunt and Carrie Underwood, who are popular musicians right now in the country scene. So the marketing and advertising strategy would be kind of geared around some of that sound, and that kind of look of guitars. Two profiles that we're looking at are kind of an adult age rock experienced musician. This group would focus around middle-aged adults who want to play like the pros. So the sound and advertising would be focused on around a Bon Jovi or John Mellencamp type sound. So these are adults who have teenagers or have kids out of the house. Maybe they are midlife crisis, or even some retired individuals who are looking for a hobby. So this individual would be kind of a weekend warrior type person who likes to play guitar, maybe even plays in a band, and wants a good quality sounding guitar, so that they can play like the pros. So that is the third profile. The fourth profile would be the R&B sound. So also this would be an experienced adult. This would be a group focused on, once again, middle-aged to older adults who love blues, who love jazz, weekend warriors to even professionals who get paid for what they do. So the advertising and sound would be focused around a B.B. King type of sound, who played a Majestic guitar, and would be focusing on that type of guitar, but a lower price point than some of the guitars that we currently have. So it would be a Majestic Light, but basically a similar sound and similar look to those the Les Pauls that we've been selling for years. So those are the 4 main profiles we'll be looking at. really focus on that specific sound and those um, life stages for those people, focusing on marketing and a product that helps these people experience what it is like to play like the pros. So, which gets us to last slide here, where we're talking about our positioning. So, as we mentioned earlier, the strategy will use an experiential focus. So, um, the Majestic name is associated, of course, with many famous musicians, and that's gone back for over 50 years. So, this Majestic Light line and this marketing strategy really focus on allowing all musicians, whether you're just started or have been playing for years, will help you play like the pros. So this experiential focus will draw on this history or draw on the brand recognition of Majestic and help differentiate Majestic Light from its brand competitors. So um, we are going to be able to offer this line amongst our competition from Mexico and China, um, but be able to offer a better experience because of this Majestic name and because of the focus that we will have on being able to play like the pros.